What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone for another daily news show. And this time we're going to talk about, I think we, in general, should not complain about the referees. We can point out that mistakes have been made. However, as long as the club keeps accepting these things, it will get more ridiculous. And right now, it reached an absolute ridiculous height because the refereeing association basically came out, not basically, they came out and they said that that second yellow card for Conceicao was basically BS, should never be a yellow card because that was not a dive whatsoever. And what happened, he still got suspended, and on top of that, he gets a fine. Even if it's a very peanut fine for the players involved, you know, with the money they make, still, the idea of admitting it's a mistake and then saying we're still going to punish you for the mistake that has been made, not your mistake, and on top of that, we're going to fine you instead of correcting it, is basically why this league is miles behind other leagues, and also why I think for us fans being frustrated, is kind of pointless because the club it keeps accepting these things. You know, they keep accepting these things. So that's what we're going to talk about. Before we do that, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk. Okay, so that was basically the story, that the suspension holds, and that all after they came out and said, you know, that was not a red card. You know, you should never be awarded a second yellow. You should never actually be suspended, but we're still going to suspend you, and you know what, we're going to fine you on top of that. The funny thing is, the referee who made that horrible call is not getting punished. He's not getting fined. He's not getting suspended. And this is all normal. Apparently, this is all normal. And this is not to talk about we lost or we didn't lose. We dropped points because of the ref. We didn't drop points because of the ref. You know, there were some horrible calls in that game. You know, even our pen, I don't think that's a pen. It's a pen by rule, but that's not football anymore. The Savona one is a pen that didn't call. You know, all these things happen. We had enough chances to win that game to not even talk about refereeing, and I never did that. It's okay to point that out. This is just the icing on the cake. This is basically saying we're incompetent. However, we're just gonna write it out. We're just gonna act like you guys will forget. Basically, we are gonna tell you we made a mistake. We're gonna tell you we are in the wrong. However, we're gonna stick with the wrong. And to top it off, the people who actually started the wrong, the referee, he's not getting a suspension. He's just gonna jog on. That's it, you know. And this all boils down to even Motta when he came out and said, first off, he said if it's a dive, you know, I trust the ref. And then he flipped it. He said, however, I want everybody to get booked right now. And we all know that's not gonna happen, nor should it happen, by the way. But there's no consistency. There's no consistency with refereeing throughout the league, throughout Europe, basically. It's all over the place because the rules are so ridiculous that actually nobody can really understand them anymore. But the point is, from the video, is the club is silent. You don't hear, and I don't want Giuntoli to come out after that type of performance and cry about the ref. I don't want that to happen at all because you should be beating Cagliari without decisions, whatever, and we should have done that. But I want Motta to come out, Giuntoli to come out, a pre-game, a post-game, and say that is atrocious. Those decisions is atrocious. And if they don't do that post-game, fine. Then today, at one point, leak something to basically say, are you taking the piss out of us? Because you are telling us Conceicao should not get suspended, basically, should not get booked, but you're gonna hold that suspension. That is what they're telling us. And the club is like, fine, whatever, we just keep it moving. That is the frustrating part. That the club right now, and not right now, even previous years, is not standing up. They're not standing up. They're just going to accept whatever shit happens, and they're just going to keep it moving. You know, that's who we are. That's how we operate right now, and that's extremely frustrated. Again, not an excuse for not winning. Never. However, if they come out and they say we made a mistake, but they're going to keep that mistake, then that has nothing to do with the game. That just has to do with they're taking the piss. And that goes actually for any club out there who kind of do what happened right now with Conceiecao. But as long as the club keeps, you know, kind of brushing it under the carpet, well, it's kind of pointless that we get really pissed out about it, and we just need to keep it moving, and we need to go into Lazio without Conceicao, and already missing Bremer and a Gonzalez and probably Koopmeiners for a good week and missing 3 games, and we're just gonna need to deal with it. Basically, that's what the club is kind of saying. It's like, yeah, whatever, we cannot really do anything about that, and it will get worse. It will happen again. These things will happen again and again and again, and the club will be silent again and again and again, and that's just extremely frustrating, even for the player as well, because when he showed that red card, I think he was confused, but I think the fans were more confused as hell. I think everybody was looking at it and be like, what? The ref got caught up in the moment where Conceicao was actually getting slaughtered for 90 minutes. He made that foul, and that was a yellow, the first one, definitely, 100% a yellow. And it all got, okay, it's 1-1, and this is happening, and the atmosphere is this, and he got caught up, and he saw that happening. He was like, I'm gonna be the star. The moment the ref decides to be the star of the game, it's a shit house. It will turn out into a shit house, and that's what it happened. That's what happened. But it is what it is. Basically, we need to deal without Conceiecao right now for a week and for a game. Excuse me. And Malta will need to find a solution to make it work. Without a winger, maybe Timothy Weah's who knows? But it's up to Malta now to figure it out, because that's what the club has decided, to actually accept it all and not even beep about it, like whatever, because even leaks today, if leaks come out today, it's too late. Like I don't want to hear it. I don't care. It's just too late. That needs to happen on the day itself. It didn't happen, so you need to move on again, basically. And well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Feel sorry for Conceicao because I think he was playing well and we need him. We definitely need him right now. But yeah, against Lazio, figured it out, and then against Stuttgart, he will be back, obviously because it's Champions League, but then the following week in the league as well against Inter, he will be back. So for a week, for one day, we need to deal with it on next Saturday. But it is frustrating. It really is frustrating. The fact that the club is silent more so than actually the red card that has been shown, and actually them admitting it was wrong. It's just the club being absolutely silent again. Even last season when these things happen, it's just a worrying point. Even last season I came on and said, forget about it. If the club doesn't bother, why should we fans bother? Because if they don't care, why should we care about these things? But let's see. Maybe I'm wrong and they will change from now on. I doubt it, but I'm happy to be proven wrong, I guess, But that's it for me, people. Hit the like button, subscribe. Keep in mind, I will be live today with Anthony from Inter Will Wow. It's the 3rd episode of our monthly podcast, so stay tuned for that, and speak to you soon. Ciao.